Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Roman campaign. I want to say this is part 18 now. It's been a couple of weeks since I've recorded, so apologies for that. I think that obviously, as you can already see, we're in a bit of a shit show. We've got some more Senate secessionists, because they just love to rebel. I think, yeah, obviously, we're still at war with Carthage. Syracuse has managed to move their army out now, which I think is the first time I've seen them do that in about 50 turns, so good job. I'm hoping they take Lillibime, and then that could keep Carthage occupied, but we'll see. They've got an admiral floating around the southern coast of Italy as well. They did also take back Eulalia. They had an admiral and a general as well we couldn't hold. I think we lost our fleet. I think we did. Yeah, we had a full stack fleet sat in there, I think for public order reasons. Obviously they came, we couldn't defend it. They're just too strong for us right now. So we've retreated from Eulalia, they've taken that back. So I'm sort of going to try and forget about Carthage if I can, because obviously we've got our own issues now, so the secessionists are going to have to go as soon as possible. We need these territories back ASAP. And we're still at war with the Swabians as well. We have managed to defeat a few of their armies, I think. Julius Libo is doing a good job. We have lost a couple of generals to them over the past few turns. 20 or so turns while we've been at war with them. But we're in a bit of a pickle here, so obviously the Swabian army's there. I think if we attack Batavium, I don't know if they would come into that fight, because we're at war with them as well. But then they're sort of left on their own, and would be sandwiched between, albeit it's only a small army in Medlan, and then the Swabian army here. And there may even be more armies in the forest, the trees area here. They seem to come down and then get hidden somewhere. We must go into obviously ambush stance. We can't see them all the time. So I'm thinking the best thing we can do is pull Lucius out back to Ariminum. Luckily we can escape via sea. I was thinking before we might have actually just attack one or the other. But we're gonna.
At your service.
There shouldn't be anyone else here. I'm just thinking if I move, I don't want to get ambushed. But I'll send our spy back up here. See what the Swabians are doing.
Can I be of more assistance?
There's no more armies coming down yet, so let's pull this guy out. Let's get Lucius back to Ariminum. So he's back in friendly territory for now, which is good. We also have, I think it's another Lucius, Cornelius Scipio. Is he Lucius? He is Lucius. He's our leader now, faction leader. After Gaius got killed. And he's got a couple of sons on the way. Yeah, so as you can see, obviously we've had that many. I think, is this the third secession now we've had? I'm not sure. So yeah, we're going to move Lucius up to the end of our territory here, to our border. We can get one more turn of replenishment in for the cavalry, and then we're going to go straight on the offensive and attack Genoa. Take that back. And we need to try and put on as much pressure as possible to try and take these back. It may give us a little bit of reprieve, as Swabian may now have to back off, as I don't think they're at war with them. I don't see why they would be. No, they're just at war with us.
For the sake of friendship that has been and...
Luke is with trade though, that'd be a juicy amount. Let's have a quick look through diplomacy while we're here. Obviously, yeah, we're also at war with the Averni, which I was quite disappointed with. Because we had a non-aggression pact. I wanted to sort of wrap up our Carthaginian war, or at least the Swabian war, before diverting my attention. Whereas now we're getting pulled in 3 different locations, or 3 different directions, which isn't the best thing, especially when we're stretched so thin. Let's see what we've got to do with them now. They've taken Tolosa, and our third army is Publius. Publius? Publius. I don't know how you say that name. What's his name? Where's he gone? There he is. Publius. I'll just say Publius. I don't know why he's got Publius Nepos. He's garrisoned in Massalia. However, I am thinking to also pull him towards Genoa. The Massalian garrison isn't terrible. You know, 15 strong. It's got a couple of units of elites and plebs, which isn't great. But we've got obviously Triarii, Principes, and the Praetoriana, which is quite a good unit, I believe. And we do also have some ballistas and scorpions as well. And it is a wall settlement. Let's take Medullinus up here and see what the Averni army is doing. Okay, so they seem to have pulled back. I'm hoping again, unless they're in ambush stance somewhere. Toulousa's free for the minute. Because Averni do have a lot of armies. I think when we had a non-aggression with them, they had an army stationed at the border of Toulouse. They had an army stationed at the Iberian, sort of the start of the Iberian, what would you call it? It's not a peninsula, is it peninsula? I don't know. Iberian border. And then they also had another 2 or 3 scattered up here. So they've got quite a lot. But we need to try and wrap up this as quickly as possible. So we'll move this army over as well. I'm hoping that Massalia can hold out. So these two will meet up on Genoa, take Medlan, and then we'll go back. And then again see all 3 armies are converging on the same point, which I don't really like, because then we've got nothing to the south to defend against Carthage, or the west, or even the farther west for the Averni. But we need to crush this as quickly as possible. We do also have a lot of money right now. I'm making a decent amount of income per turn. But I'm not quite sure what we want to build, to be honest. Or if we want to save it. Massalia is getting some new barracks, which is good. I'm thinking, what else do we want from here? Our public order's doing really well as well, which is good. These are both fishing ports. We didn't really have an out-and-out navy. It was quite poor. So I'm thinking maybe oh, we can't even build them yet. I was thinking, do we make Massalia sort of our main recruitment hub? And we can give that create a new fleet there. What are we doing here? +2 public order. Yeah, I think after this one we'll stop and we'll go back to the military technologies, as we haven't really done any of those. Alright, so we'll save our money for now. And let's see what happens over the next few turns. You've got a full stack. You've only got 18. Again, I'd love to get some of these units in. I think that the hoplites would be fantastic, but they cost so much. It's just not worth it. I would like to get rid of this. Really, I mean, 4 Celtic Horse, they're pretty poor. And the Celtic Warriors aren't terrible, but again, I'd much rather have, say, some Triarii in there. This unit isn't too bad, oh, this army, sorry, but again, it's got a lot of elites, which I'm not a big fan of. What do we do for now? I'm thinking maybe we drop 2. Or do we just drop? Let's drop 1 for elite, and let's take 2 mercenaries as well. So at least then we've got 2 full stacks going into Cisalpine. Let's try that. And have we got any more spies? We've got another spy somewhere. Down here. Yeah, so we need to keep an eye on the Syracusan army as well. Because I am hoping that they attack Lillibine, but they've got, yeah, quite a decent, well, in terms of numbers, they've got quite a heavy garrison. So we'll see. Right, it's end turn. Enough babbling. So we need to pray that Carthage sort of withdraw now, which it looks like they have done, which is good for us. They are at war with a lot of people. So as long as they can sort of keep their attention. Oh, see, they're coming straight out. So there was an army there. Our agent just did not pick them up. There's one thing that is quite infuriating with this. I don't know if it's just a game or the mod. But how any sort of agents, even spies, don't really seem to notice any hidden armies. Right, local bandits have offered their services to intimidate the opposition. How do you proceed? Let's refuse. We'll probably get that back. They'll probably end up intimidating us. 259 BC. It's all about the Seleucids and Sicily. Neapolis now has pirates as well. God. A new party's been formed. House of Claudia. Interesting. House of Claudia, that's pretty cool. That's by Publius. I didn't know that was a thing really. So again, see likely breakdown minus 15 straight off the bat. So difficulty levels obviously is going to hinder us playing on legendary. Thirst for power and government type, which is not. It's really not good for us. Yeah, see, I mean, we're going to take a lot. 30 public order per turn, and then it only decays by 3. So the amount of rebellions we'd have if we change that over. But the plus 15 loyalty we'd need desperately, because at the minute we're facing too many. Way too many rebellions or civil wars. And now we've got this bloody pirate army that's just spawned out of nowhere. Fantastic. Alright, Masalia's under siege. And for whatever reason, oh, this movement's terrible. Alright, let's have a quick look what they've got. Quite a basic army, a lot of spears, javelins, a couple of naked warriors. But we're definitely losing that one. So I best decline that. These guys, I don't think can move too far. Celtic swordsmen, Celtic spearmen, Gaelic archers. Yeah, so we're not going to get very far, so we need to pull this army back. Need to make sure we don't lose Massalia. We can definitely move in though and take Genoa. I think, wow, they've got a lot of numbers there, but it's... Oh, there's an issue there with one of the unit cards. So I think that's quite a late game unit. See, so even though we heavily outnumber, well, we don't actually heavily outnumber them. They outnumber us slightly, but because they've got 4 units of levies, 800 of that is plebs. All around it's pretty garbage army, but it says we're going to take 85%. So we'll take that. See, I'm notorious for now for thinking I can do better than the AI. And in the end, we'd end up losing about 50% of our army. And we're just going to occupy that one. So we did manage to kill one of the armies as well. Obviously this one is now recruiting. 10, it's getting a nice 7 units next turn, so that's not good for us. And they've got the level 2 barracks as well, so that's really bad for us. Alright, what else do we want? Let's go for the cavalry, definitely. I'll boost our cavalry because we have a lot of cavalry in this army. And replenishment wise, a couple of turns, we'll be back to full health again. Alright, let's put you as normal. Let's move you up. So the Swabians should have left by now. Yeah, so it looks like they're making their way out of the territory. So Batavium we can take next turn. It does mean then obviously we're going to be boarding the Swabians again, so they'll probably just come back down and attack us, but we'll take that.
At your command.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we couldn't get there this turn to stop them from recruiting so many units, because we are going to need both of these armies to take Medlan, with the garrison they have and the army that they'll have next turn, which is unfortunate. We don't actually have any sort of defensive alliances with anybody.
Be welcome.
We do still have our reputation.
Welcome.
I don't know. I thought the Swabians might take peace as we're no longer bordering with them, but they don't seem overly bothered.
I am honored to receive this embassy, and will listen with interest to all you have to say.
Military access? No, they don't even want military access.
Speak quickly.
Seleucid.
Greetings. We are civilized folk.
Trade? Nope. Non-aggression? Nope. Rose we've got trade with. The Reti? Reti.
Greetings, friend. I've called for good ale to ease your throat and...
You go to war with them for me?
Right.
No.
Our
Close,
gods
though.
whisper to me that I must
What about
reject
the
your
Averni?
offer.
No.
Worth though
Carthage?
it was,
No.
and hope for something more.
What if I give you a little bit of money? There we go.
I
Alright,
will
we'll pull
take
them in.
word of our agreement and put it...
Who else are we allied with? Lusitani, they're all with the people we're allied with, or have a non-aggression with.
Greetings! Speak plainly and without idle purpose, and all will be well. A sure thrust strike.
Nope, you don't want
I
to go over
fear
them
we
either.
must talk further. I'm yet to hear
I wouldn't
words
try and do
that
this just
meet
so we
with
can
the needs
improve
of
our
my
relations with them.
people.
I don't want them to actually attack it. That's
Yes,
the important thing.
Your words show
It'll just
wisdom
help our
beyond your...
relations. Egypt as well, I think they're slowly getting destroyed. I don't know how well they're doing, to be honest. I mean, it does look like they're not doing too bad. But our trade, I think at one point in the game it reached nearly 1,000, was it? From them, so we're getting a lot of our money from Egypt. But it has since dwindled. The Deosi are at war with everyone, so we don't need to be interested in them. Macedon, they're expansionist and devious. Yeah, see, that's another concern as well, is that all of these people on the eastern border, the eastern coast, have to keep an eye out for any armies coming over. Right, so we've pulled Publius back. He needs to take out the Averni army. He's just going to have to stay in Massalia, I think. And then we've both got two Luciuses, yeah. Both Lucii are going to go and take Batavium and Medlan. Let's see how that goes. And again, I think we're just going to keep hold of our money for the time being. And we can build something here, actually. I can't remember what we had. What's our food like? Our food isn't great, so I think we'll just build another villa. And yeah, we'll just save the rest for now.
Ready for orders.
We can't recruit anything. He can recruit something while he's here. So yeah, I probably should have done this before, shouldn't I? Let's see if we can lose some of these guys. How many units can we retrain? There's not a lot left in there, is there? In terms of recruitment. Let's lose another Velite. Let's take another unit. So we can't recruit any more of them. but we could get one more cavalry. Can we do that? There we go. So yeah, we're swapping out a lot of our army there for much better troops. Got more triarii to hold the line, and then obviously better cavalry. So that's good. Oh, I forgot to. I always forget the agents. Oh, well, looks like they didn't leave Eulalia for that long. And they've got 2 armies stationed in it now. Hopefully they didn't hinder their army. Right, pirates are buggering off down south, that's good. I think, is that army just moved out of Medlan as well? Plus turn loyalty for 5 turns, that's good. So we made the right decision there. They also have confederated to the Illyrian League now. And the Brucey are over the Illyrian League. Okay. Right, he's going to retreat. No, they're going to stand their ground. Okay, we should absolutely wipe the floor with these guys. Only 79%. So they've got a lot of spears, javelins. But let's get a battle in this one. So we'll fight this one. It's always nice to try and get a battle in every episode. And plus we need to teach these traitors scum a lesson. We're all sitting very happily together, peacefully. And then they just betrayed us. Like bloody cowards. Right, it's quite open this map, which is perfect for us. I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. So I think what we'll do is just mix in our units. I am going to wait for the reinforcements to come through. I'll stick them up there for now.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
They have indeed. Right, let's just get them moving up. Again, we've got the other Averni army coming down. Directly from the north of Massalia. So I'm going to try and... I think we'll form just a big wall. But I'll probably sacrifice the garrison's mob units and velites. I'm not that concerned about them right now. So let's just mix these in. I don't think they're going to form up like this, are they? Oh, we do have some more Hastati as well. What else have we got? There's a lot of velites, isn't it? Right, let's form these guys up. How do we want to form these guys up? So I'm just messing around with these. Right, we won't. I'll put these Hastati on this flank. And then these guys on this one. And then the mobs can go out in front. So yeah, that should be alright. Right, let's try and form everyone up now. Get them all running. Don't want to be waiting all day. Probably should have had the cavalry out scouting by now. There isn't many places they can hide. on this map. It's just with the legendary settings. Obviously you can only see so far in front of you. Come on, come on. They're already winded. Bloody hell. So these guys, this is the Praetoriana, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but they look very cool. Ready with their Bellum. They're very heavy melee infantry, so they should do some nice damage indeed. Right, let's just make sure they're not down here. Let's send some mobs up, see where they're at. And then I'm just going to do this so they sort of get into formation where the unit cards are. I think in later Total Wars it's sort of, that was addressed, so in which way you put them in, that's how they move. But I think in this one, Velita is not bothered about, they're just going to throw so they can move up. We can move these around so they match. I just like them in order. Like that. And then his starty. Like that. That's fine. Right, 15 minutes have already gone. We haven't even found them yet. So let's get a move on. Oh, there they are. Dead ahead. So we'll just keep moving up, as always. We'll just get them to engage our front line, and then obviously we've got some infantry on the left and right flanks. But our main sort of hitting power is going to come from the cavalry. There is a little weird hill here, which did make a bit of an issue for our mob units there. So if we can try and crest that hill, that'll be much more beneficial for us. Actually, I better stick them up there right now. Yeah, looks like they're running away now as well. Not quite sure why they're running away. It's quite annoying, to be honest. Oh, they're just pegging it. Right, how are they forming up now? So he's there. Yeah, they just completely run off. So half the battle spent just chasing them down, which is not very entertaining, to say the least. They can't run too far. They'll run out of room. Oh, the cavalry doing still active. That's alright. Oh, mobs, your way out. No, you're here. That's alright. Velita is your way out. Where have you guys gone? Yeah, I'm not quite sure why they've done that. I'm assuming maybe they've just done it to take the hill. The little hill there. But it's really not going to make that much of a difference. A lot of our troops are knackered though, already. Which isn't good. Yeah, they're winded. Let's try and give them a sec then to recuperate. Especially the Praetoriana. They are very tired. Obviously with them being a very heavy melee infantry, they're not going to be overly quick, I would have thought. That's have we got a speed on this? Or am I missing it? Health base, melee. I don't know if it's just me being blind, but the morale's way better as you can see. I know we're only looking at the mercenaries. They've got much higher melee attack as well. Hit strength and weapon down just slightly below, but that's not too bad. They look like a good unit. Let's move these guys forward again. We're nearly going to run out of time, I think. So yeah, we need to just push up now. Doesn't matter how tired you are, let's go. I didn't realise the time. I think I have been talking this whole time, so what I should have done is just cut out this, so apologies for that. But I've spent most of the time talking on this occasion. I'm just going to leave it in. But yeah, this has not been a good fight. And to be honest, I think we might actually lose because of the timer, which I'm slightly concerned about. Yeah, so we're at the edge of the map. They can't go any further. We can't go any further. So let's hurry up. Mobs, you can just go in and soak up any sort of damage. Yeah, they've got a lot of range there. Right, let's play it now. So mobs, you go there, and then Velites, you go in front. That's a little bit more. So what, just charge as a hill. Just try and get them down, if we can. Let's move these guys forward, try and get some volleys on them. Go on, get stuck in. You guys throwing anything? Oh, come on, guys. Why are you not throwing anything? I don't understand why they don't do that. Right, well, they're coming down the hill now anyway, so that's what we wanted. So we just try and box them in. Hopefully before our Velites get charged. General's on his own there. So let's swing the cavalry around. Right, it should be right there. Should massacre those guys. Start pushing these guys in. Oh. Both you guys charge them, please. Right, they've charged in as well. Just try and box them in. What are these? They are spear units, so I want to try and keep away from them if we can. You can charge into these guys though. Into their javelins.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Good. Just keep throwing. Throw as much as you can.
Missile ready. Velites. At the double.
Right, it should be the cav gone, because there's 4 units stuck in there.
Has used all its ammunition.
Right, let's pull these guys out. Let's get the general engaged. Keep him busy. Let's try our new Praetoriana, whatever they're called. Let's get these guys stuck in.
Battle ready and eager. Warrior. Infantry. Ready.
Right. Get them charging in, yeah, so we should be fine here. Just get everyone involved.
Ready for orders. And for glory! Commander! Etienne!
Should be alright here to kill these.
Cavalry! Warriors! Warriors!
Warriors, ready!
And we just surround the general.
At your service!
So the Praetoriana, they've lost 30 men already. I think that was to the initial javelin. So they look to be mainly a sword and shield unit, the general's unit.
Warriors!
Battle!
But we've got some mercenaries behind now. So we'll do a couple of javelin throws with them.
Equites! Sons of Mars!
We need to try and chase these guys down as well.
Ready for battle!
There we go. They should get absolutely butchered here.
General! Brave Romans to a man!
Right, you guys charge them.
Your orders! Quickly now!
Let's pull the cavalry out. There we go. There's a bit of friendly fire going on. There's a Praetoriana dropping like flies. Holy hell, that's not good.
Warriors!
But yeah,
One of our units has used
they've
all its
nearly
ammunition.
finished. So I'll just get them to charge in after.
We hunger for blood and battle!
There we go. That general is definitely dead. Right, let's chase them off. So you chase them down.
Romans, ready for duty!
The battle
Yeah,
is turning
fully
in our
encircled
favour.
now. They're not going anywhere.
Ready!
Let's get all these guys over.
For glory! Venites! Hastati!
Make sure they're not running away.
Equites! Ready!
They're chasing the general down.
The charge!
There we go.
Cut them to poet!
And we just chase down as much as we can. So we'll continue that one. Make sure we get them all. 14, that's alright. Don't need to worry about that. I think that general is definitely dead. It's a bit hard to see now when everyone's chasing around. Let's try not to let any escape if we can. I think that's it. Shouldn't be any that get away. Chase this one guy down. It's one lonely guy. There we go. Decisive victory. So we lost 1,000, killed over 3,000. Not too bad at all. One Roman for every 3 barbarian scum. I think the Hastati took a lot of the frontal damage there, but that's fine. That's what they're there for. And obviously the cavalry sweep in, get all the kills. Well, they did quite well, to be honest. They've got quite a fair few kills themselves. They had a unit of slingers in there that did really well. They got 93 kills. I think that was the highest kill tally. And a naked sword unit with 91 just behind them. But I'm hoping that's the army wiped out now. And our army is relatively intact. What do we want? I think we just kill.
Waiting for orders.
No, of course, they get away with 1 unit for some reason. It does annoy me when it does that. Like, the whole army's been wiped out. Like, why?
Hunger for battle. Wipe them out!
Just completely unnecessary. 1 unit with 27 men in. Right, now it's dead. This they managed to kill 29 men. Oh my god. It's ridiculous.
Your next command?
And of course they have to go all the way around. Right, we need to go back in there, so let's go to the sea and double time it. So we're fine now, yeah. We'll replenish 2 turns. There is another army coming down. We should get 1 more turn, I'm hoping, of replenishment. I have just seen we've got another issue there, which is not good. What do we want here? What's our culture like? It's going down, if anything. So let's get the culture up. And we get the public order decrease as well, so that's fine. Yeah, so I didn't actually think that either of these two guys would come down and besiege it, because it looks like Helvetii have killed the army that was there, which is quite surprising. But it's not what I wanted at all. Right, we can take Batavian back as well. 96%, we'll have that. So that's them dead. And we'll occupy it. That makes us a lot of money as well, Batavium. I didn't realise it had that much. That shot up there. Yeah, so unfortunately we can't take Medland now. That is going to be annoying because we're not going to control the province. And Medland is where the recruitment buildings were. And we are very friendly with the Helvetii now. I didn't really want to go to war with them. Or at least not yet. So that's my own... hoisted by my own petard there. Getting them involved. I shouldn't have got them involved. Right, what else do we want? We did what I said that I was going to leave the technology, but what we actually need, is it in here? The military tech? No. Where the hell is it then? There it is, that's what we need. The dry dock and the docks. So we're going to go for that. Because we are going to need a strong navy if we want to go toe to toe with Carthage. 100%. The pirates have gone down there, so that's fine. Syracuse has gone home. There are another pirates around there as well. So yeah, they didn't actually do anything by the looks of it, as they've got a full army. Cowards. So that's good, but it does give us the opportunity. I would really like it if we could take Medland back, but I've got no sort of hope that the Helvetii are going to besiege it and just sack it. I think they will occupy it, which is going to be frustrating. Very frustrating. Right, send the spy up here. So the Swabians' full army there. It's just staying in Norea, whatever you call it. Yeah, that's not gone how we wanted it. Right, let's just have a brush through the Averni territory. So they've got an admiral there. We do know that there's another army coming from the north. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get another army up. Pretty sharpish. But let's see what happens here. Oh, he's ranked up. What do you want? What have you got a lot of? Bit of a mixture. What do we want then? Missile unit's not that bothered about it. Let's just go for the melee, I think. Let's end turn. Everybody pray, fingers crossed, that they don't take Medland. I was quite surprised really that they beat them so easily. Right, and they've retreated as well. This is our opportunity to take Norea back. I'd love to know how to pronounce some of these things. If anybody knows, please help me out. I'm sure I butcher everything. Right, Massalia is under siege again. Triumph. What's the triumph for? Conqueror. +4 public order per turn. Right, so we did... did we get... No, we didn't get a turn of replenishment, unfortunately. But it looks like it's going to be a never-ending bombardment here of armies. So they're going to take probably 2 turns.
Commander.
This one, what's this one going to be like?
For Rome!
Got a lot of men in this one. Really? How? A valiant defeat? Or 51%? We outnumber them by nearly 1,000. They have no cavalry apart from their leader. But yet it thinks that they're gonna absolutely destroy us. Alright, I think we're just gonna take we'll go balanced. Because I think they are, well, semi-decent units, and their archers, as we've found out from previous battles, are quite good. Also, they do have a unit of cavalry. Mercenary Gaelic horse. And their generals are, but... Alright, let's just go balanced. That's another army wiped out. And then we'll get at least a turn of replenishment before the other one comes through. Didn't lose any units apart from the plebs, which I'm not bothered about. We're killing them all. Barbarian scum. Traitorous barbarian scum. Right, so what's the replenishment like? 2 turns. Yeah, we've got insane replenishment. So the whole army is going to be replenished in 2 turns. So I'm okay with that. There's some mercenaries they can pick up along the way, but they've got a full stack anyway, so that's okay. They've got some sword warriors now, which are good. And the spear warriors are quite a solid defensive line. But we'll definitely get 1 turn of replenishment in. I'm not sure about the second, unfortunately. And yeah, they've took Medlan, which... oh, it's so frustrating. Oh, God. It's something I didn't want or need. But the secessionists are now dealt with. So what do we do then? Now that they're done with... I'm going to have to revisit the Helvetii at some point. They seem to have disappeared up here. Oh, here we go. So they've got loads of armies just stood on their border. Which is not good for us. However, it does look like that's going to rebel. It's got quite a sizable garrison as well.
Ready for orders.
Right, so we can either... At this point now, I think we'll draw close to this episode, but we've crushed a couple of Averni armies, which is good. The secessionists are now gone, however we do have the Helvetii to deal with. Because I do want Medlan. We need to take that back as soon as possible. But I do not want to be a traitor, unfortunately. And if we go to war with them, then we go to war with the Rete, whatever they're called.
Welcome,
So,
my friend. Be welcome.
yeah, it's a bit annoying. I wouldn't be as bothered
Good and noble
if
friend.
I could maybe
What an
make them
honor
a
you do us. Come speak
satrapy
so
or
that
a
the spirits
client
can
state,
hear your
but
words.
they're not interested. Give me 3 grand for a trade agreement. No.
Ye have the heart of a...
I'll wait yet. We'll see what happens. Oh god, I don't know. Let's pull this guy back. Because at the minute we can see what's coming from the north. But I need to know if there's any armies. There we go, see. So there's a new army in Tolosa now. And we've got one army here. So do we send Lucius to the east? Try and take out the Suebi, push the Suebi back, or do we go to the west and support Massalia and push on the Averni? That's the tricky question. Because these are being upgraded, but they're taking a long time. And obviously every time we get besieged, it halts it for a turn. And then our next... I suppose we could recruit again in Ariminum. This army's not that good.
Ready for
But we've completely lost recruitment now in Cisalpine, unfortunately. Syracuse are on the move again. Are they going to attack Lillibime? Suppose we'll see next turn. They've got a decent army though. Hoplites, some Cav, some Samnites, and some Javelins. Right. I think for the time being, we need to get the barracks upgraded at Massalia as quickly as possible. And obviously they are being built already, which is good. So I think we try and hold out if we can with Publius here. I don't know how long we're going to hold out for, but we'll try it. And then we move Lucius over. So can I cheat here and go into double? I can, right, okay. Yeah, so we're going to push on the Suebes now, I think, as quickly as possible. Because as I've always said, if we can take Noray, I'll just say it different every time. If we can take Noray, then we can create a satrapy, I think, you subjugate them, or liberate them. But obviously they've got 2.5 full armies there. So I don't know if we're going to get there in time. That's my only concern. We've got a bit of money now, so we are going to spend a little bit upgrading Batavium. What else do we want? Roma. We get some ballistas out. I think, is that a good shout? Or do we get something else? I tell you what, this is probably going to be a bit awkward for some people. But I'll get the public forum there. I'll expand that because I like my building sort of in a certain way. It's very stupid. And then we'll build. Oh Christ, I forgot the name now. Basically the workshop where we get the ballista from. And we'll make another army in Italy and send that up. So I think the best thing that we can do right now is to make friends still with the
Greetings,
Helvetii.
friend. I've called for good ale to ease your
Helvetii.
throat and right.
And give us some money for it as
I will
well.
take word of our agreement and put it before my people.
But they're not
They
willing
will
to
feast
join
in
war with
celebration.
anybody else right now. That's fine, so we don't need to worry about these guys, hopefully. They're at war with enough people already. They're already at war with the Suebi as well. And yeah, I think that's all we can do really. So let's end turn here, see what happens. And then we're fast approaching the hour mark. So Carthage has just attacked Syracuse. So Syracuse has lost its fleet. There are a lot of armies and fleets hanging around the Italian coast there, which I'm not looking forward to. Looks like the Suebi are doing some sort of agent action. Yep. So they probably just halted our progress there. Okay, so it doesn't look like they've moved any armies to that settlement. But it all depends on whether we can actually move or not. Oh, for God's sake, so they've assassinated my general. You've got to be kidding me. Cornelii or Julii? I think are we Cornelii? I've even forgot the faction we are. I think that's where we are, so we're going to lose 10 senators for choosing our own. But I'm going to need to, because we need to keep upping our Imperium and get our Gravitas up. So let's choose this guy. Right, so who was it? Can we still move? We can. Okay, so Lucius Libor was only wounded. That's fine. And they have managed to sabotage, but it doesn't really do anything. Okie doke. Right, so we should be okay to attack that next turn. Helvetii have moved back, so that's okay. We know that the Averni are coming down. Carthage may be looking to attack somewhere. They're both admirals. That is a pirate one, isn't it? Is it a pirate one? Why wouldn't it tell me? That is the pirate one. Yes, it is. They could attack Brundisium, which would be bad for us. Right, anyway. We'll end it there. So thank you for watching, and then we'll pick this up in the next episode. So I'll catch you all then.